What's going on, Mitchell Renz, Tom Downey? You're watching NFL Daily. Today's show, we got the top destinations for Dak Prescott if the Cowboys let him slip on through. I know, the eye roll, it's all good. Tom, tell me what's going on with Dak Prescott and free agency.
Well, the Cowboys are doing that thing where they're like, hey, we're going to not do a deal when it makes the most sense to save us money because we're hoping that our quarterback or our particular player will end up taking a little bit less money in the end. The Cowboys are at least going to tag Dak Prescott. That does leave open a possible tag and trade scenario, but Prescott's bet on himself. It's paid off this year. For me, and we'll dive in more to when we talk about the Cowboys side of it, I'd rather pay Dak Prescott, even if it's $38 million right now, than wait a year, and now it's $39 or even more than that because you waited for Mahomes to get paid after that.
Now, Dak Prescott is no doubt, I would say, Tom, one of the best free agents. You could argue,
the best.
He might even be the number one free agent. Yes, I know. You would say that he is. I know some other people disagree. But in my opinion, he is a no doubt top 3 free agent. And if you guys watched this video before, we did a Dak Prescott, or we did a top free agents video before. These were our top 5 free agents. If you haven't seen it already, you should go check it out. But make sure that you subscribe to our channel. YouTube.com/ChatSportsTV. You can let us know who you think the top free agents are. But Dak 1, Drew 2, Chris Jones 3, Clowney 4, Mari Cooper 5. We may have to update the video.
Yeah, we will once franchise tags are applied. If Dak Prescott were to hit the open market, he'd be vastly valued. It'd be an incredible amount of money going his way because mid-20s entering their 5th-year quarterbacks don't hit the open market. That almost never happens.
So make sure that you guys click the subscribe button for all your NFL free agency updates. We got draft updates as well. That's the top 25 free agents video that we cranked out. If you're wondering who the top running back free agents are, I made this video. There's 12 names in there. Heck, we did videos in the past about top quarterbacks that could be hitting the market. We did a Tom Brady one. Basically what we're saying is we produce more sports content than anybody out there, and if you're a diehard that needs it in the offseason, you just need it in your veins. Subscribe to Chat Sports, youtube.com/ChatSportsTV. Now let's talk about Dak in his last 4 years. Oh wait, his only 4 years.
Yeah, his
Dude's
career.
been winning football games.
The argument that I've seen presented is very funny to me. It's that early career Dak, well, yeah, they won games, but his stats weren't that good. Now, after 1 year of a bunch of close losses because the special teams was the worst in the NFL and the defense sucked, well, his stats were among the NFL's best, but they didn't win games. How are you talking out of both sides of your mouth? That doesn't make sense to me. The reality is that Dak Prescott's contract is going to be expensive.
Correct.
That is how the market works. If you don't like how the market works, I understand. It's broken for the quarterback market. I completely understand that mindset. But he's better than Jared Goff.
I agree.
So he's going to get 33.5. That's his baseline. And frankly, in the end, the alternative is going to a lesser quarterback. I'd rather pay Dak Prescott 35 right now, or even just pay him 36, 37, as opposed to, I don't want to make him the highest paid quarterback. All of a sudden, you wait a year. Mahomes and Watson reset the market. You didn't make Dak the highest paid quarterback, but guess what? You ended up paying him more because you waited.
Well, the magical number that I'm going to talk about is $40 million, because in a sit-down interview, Tom, with Kimberly A. Martin of Yahoo Sports, she asked him, $40 million, are you a $40 million quarterback? And Dak's response was perfect. You tell me. So guess what? We're going to ask you guys. So I'm going to make this the pinned comment on today's video. So for those of you that are watching this on YouTube, you might get hit with an ad break. And I want you to let me know, is Dak Prescott worth $40 million a year? Type Y for yes or type N for no. So now, Tom, let's dive into our top 7 teams for Dak Prescott. We'll go through the first 3 a little quickly, and then we'll really get into the meat and potatoes in our top 4. So number 7, I got the Tennessee Titans because they got $48.1 million. The way that this one works out is if they don't bring back Ryan Tannehill, and then guess what? They decide to go with Dak Prescott.
If for some reason they were to lose Tannehill, that'd be the route they go. I will make note, Tannehill's also now represented by CAA. That is the I want to get paid agency. The reason they're at 7 here is I think they're more likely to just franchise tag Tannehill. Yep. If he leaves or if Prescott hits the open market, I think it makes more sense at that point.
So today's show is all around this question. Where will Dak play in 2020? So watching this, YouTube, Facebook, anywhere that you see this video, if you see this question, I want you to comment on it. Where will Dak Prescott play in 2020? The answer,
it's
where I think he's going to play,
it's coming up.
It's coming up. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Chris Ayers says, pay Mitch. Chris Ayers, you're right, my man. Number 6 on our list, it's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But wait, Tom, Jameis Winston just got LASIK. He's good to go.
Yeah, that doesn't mean anything. Let's say Winston hits the open market, which I think is a strong possibility.
Yep.
I don't think the Bucs are in position to make a big-time trade for Winston, but if Dak were to somehow hit free agency, I think the Bucs might make a little bit more sense. I don't think Prescott is a perfect fit.
I agree.
For the Arian system, but I'd rather have Dak Prescott than Jameis Winston.
Couldn't agree
pretty
more.
easily.
And if you're the Buccaneers, what's your selling point? You got a lot of money, and you have arguably the best wide receiver duo, Chris Godwin, Mark Edwards. Speaking of money, before we get into our top 5, I'm going to try to hook you guys up with some free money thanks to our sponsor, BetDSI. We talk about BetDSI being the internet's #1 sportsbook. We do it all the time. Now go for you right now. Go see for yourself. Go to chatsports.com/bet. You can bet on literally anything. Cricket, for goodness sakes. But use our promo code NFL120. It gets you 120% deposit bonus. Number 5 on our list, Tom, it's the Miami Dolphins. I mean, they can pay him the moon.
Exactly. And again, free agency, the Dolphins make more sense.
Yes.
Trade-wise, they have the assets if they really wanted to get involved in a bidding war for Dak Prescott. I will make note, though, historically speaking, NFL teams, even for the very best of players, don't like giving up high draft picks and paying franchise amounts of money to a player.
Correct.
Just keep that in mind here. But for Miami,
Money.
the money's there. Is the timeline exactly right? Because if you're Miami, you might be better off saying, hey, let's keep some of our cap space. Let's invest in this Tua kid that we're pretty darn high on coming out of the NFL
we have 5
draft.
picks in the top 56.
Then you get to keep your draft picks. You spend one on a quarterback. You have the mindset there. It'd be an upgrade for Miami, but they're on a different timeline right now than maybe a different team on that exact list we'll get to here in just a second.
Tom, if you were the Miami Dolphins, would you do it? You'll have to find out here in a little bit. So, top 4 teams. Number 4, New England Patriots. We got to talk about the Patriots,
They'd love
right?
to upgrade over Tom Brady. There, I said it. I said it. At me on Twitter, at @WhatGoingDowney. I'm right.
Well, we're going to get to
Honestly,
that question in a little bit.
In all honesty, if you told Bill Belichick in a bubble, regardless of what Brady's meant to the organization,
Yep.
of who would you rather have at quarterback to start your organization going forward for this year and the next 5 years, he's going to take Dak. Like in all seriousness, you can listen to what Belichick says. He is very high on Dak Prescott.
Yep.
That would be if Dak Prescott was the quarterback for the Patriots, they would have made it to the AFC Championship game. Now they weren't going to beat the Chiefs because no one's going to beat the Chiefs this year in the postseason, but they would have gone farther this year. So they would love to work out some type of deal in which they acquire Dak Prescott. Money's a bit tight. That goes against the Belichick method of never paying significant amount of money to one player, although he did make Tom Brady the highest paid quarterback at one point. I will remind everybody of that. We always forget about it, but it'd be an upgrade for the Patriots. I don't think they're going to be able to pull this off, though.
So how about this, Tom? If you had to pick a quarterback for the next 3 years, okay? Hang on. Type 4 for Dak or type 12 for Tom Brady. So we want to know from you guys as well, okay? Pick a quarterback, type 4 for Dak or type 12 for Tom Brady.
I'm going with 4 because by year 3, I'm not convinced Tom Brady's even playing anymore. I think there's a pretty darn good chance that Brady is either retired or he's simply not the same guy because he's not the same guy right now.
I don't disagree.
4. It's 4, guys.
I'm seeing a lot of 12s, though.
If we watched Brady closely last year, the decline is here, I'm sorry to say. He's the GOAT, don't get me wrong. The decline is here.
So the Patriots at 4, Tom. Time to jump in now to our top 3 destinations for Dak Prescott. Coming in, the Los Angeles Chargers. They're moving to SoFi. They need a big splash. Dak Prescott could be their guy.
This gets them, it's an interesting fit for me because the Chargers are kind of in that hybrid spot of, God, do we just try and gamble on a draft pick? Do we go all in on a veteran guy? I think Dak does fit well in the Anthony Lynn offense. They can get involved in a potential bidding war. They might not win it in the end.
Yep.
But, Keenan Allen would be a great fit there.
Absolutely.
Dak's mobility helps behind a iffy at best offensive line.
Best.
And regardless of what the Chargers might say, they don't have a franchise quarterback on the roster. So if Dak comes available via a trade or in free agency, I think the Chargers are one of the first teams to call.
Yeah, it makes sense to me, too, because obviously, Phillip Rivers, he's no longer there. Now, you kind of hinted at it. The Chargers did come out and say that they are comfortable with their current quarterbacks, but right here's their current quarterbacks. And I want you can see it below, to grade the quarterbacks right now in the Chargers. A, B, C, D, or F. How confident would you be with Tyrod Taylor and Easton Stick? So get your grades in. A means, man, these quarterbacks are great. F is, I am not comfortable whatsoever. I mean, let's be real. It's an F. You're not comfortable with Tyrod Taylor and Easton Stick behind that offensive line. No way.
I mean, they can move.
Yeah,
but
can't
no.
throw.
I mean, I feel good if I'm trying to, be a bottom 10 NFL team next year. Those quarterbacks are not getting into the postseason. It's just not at this stages of their career. There's no way.
Tom, I got a question.
Okay.
Did you get Mary Kate anything for Valentine's Day?
Of course I did.
Good.
Not an idiot.
Well, if you didn't get your loved one anything for Valentine's Day, go to chatsports.com/flowers. We got 15% off all gifts. Gifts of all kinds. Candy, chocolates, teddy bears. I guess a flower, is that a gift?
Yes, it's pro flowers. Flowers are a gift.
Okay. Chatsports.com/flowers. Seriously, though, don't be that guy that didn't get your loved one anything for Valentine's Day. Take advantage of our deal. 15% off all flowers and gifts. The number 2 team on our Dak Prescott destinations, it's the Colts. And we're talking about dollar bills, y'all, again.
This one makes the most sense if the Cowboys were to be dumb and say, "Oh, we're gonna trade Dak, we're gonna let him in free agency or whatever." They don't have a franchise quarterback.
Yep.
That's an open market. They've got gobs of cap space and they've got the draft assets. So they can go either way you want to approach it, and they are in a position where they can kind of win right now. Now look, Dak Prescott's not Andrew Luck. If you're asking him to be that, you're going to be disappointed. But he's a hell of a lot better than Jacoby Brissett is. So you can trade for him, you can sign him, you can pay him, and you've still got assets around you and a quality team in place. It's a massive upgrade. If Dak Prescott were to actually become available, I think the Colts and Chris Ballard are falling over themselves to go and try and get him. Dak Prescott, we know what he is. He's a very good quarterback. He's a really good one. You don't know what you're going to get in the draft, especially picking around 13 like the Colts are right now. Dak would be a huge upgrade and a huge win for them.
So you said Dak is a very good quarterback. How about this? Is he a top 10 quarterback? Because you know he's going to get paid. Zip it. Is Dak a top 10 quarterback? 1 for yes, 2 for no. I am going to type my 1 for yes.
We did it. Look at that.
But he's like 9 or 10.
Yes, I agree. He might flat out be 10. I mean, you have your Mahomes, your Lamars, your Wilsons, your Rodgers, probably your Deshaun Watson. They're like, those guys are ahead of Dak. I'm not delusional.
For me, when it gets tough, it's like, is he better than Kirk Cousins? I'll take him over Kirk Cousins.
I agree. Carson Wentz.
Healthy Carson, I'll take him, but he's never really healthy.
See, exactly. So that's what you're going to do.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
And I think Matt Stafford falls in that same category, by the way.
agree.
So we'll count it for 1 there. Jimmy G, I'm taking Dak. Big Ben, Matt Ryan. Taking both over Dak Prescott?
I would probably take Matt Ryan.
Okay, so let's just give him at least 1 there. So now you're looking, you're still at 8 right now.
Yeah.
So is it Jared Goff?
Nope.
Maybe Drew Brees for 1 more year.
I would take Brees.
Beyond that, no. I'm already on board saying it's not Brady. So at that point, you're probably just barely inside that top 10. And even if you're not, you're still at 11 or 12.
Yeah.
That's franchise quarterback, guys.
All right, we'll give some shout-outs now to some of the people here. We see Triple X, Bob Smith. Appreciate you guys getting your votes in here. Triple X says 1. Bob Smith is going to go with 2. The number 1 team. No surprise. Go.
He
Just
ain't
go.
leaving, all right?
Go.
It's dumb. Now, talk me into this. Look, it is weird the Cowboys haven't gotten this deal done. It is very strange, except for the fact that this is what the Cowboys do. I hate the way they operate. I hate the way they go about their business of, hey, we're gonna wait to the last second. We're gonna make the deadlines, make the deals. We're gonna cost ourselves money in the end. We're gonna drag it out through training camp with a holdout. It's just what they do. The reality is for Dak Prescott, I'm kind of confused as to, I get why there are haters, but some of the myths out there around Dak Prescott really don't make sense. I know he's going to be expensive. I get that. But look, the 49ers literally 2 years ago made Jimmy Garoppolo the highest paid quarterback in the
5 years,
NFL.
137, and he played, 8 games?
Highest paid quarterback in the NFL. And people will tell you that if you do that, you can't afford a roster anymore.
Yep.
They literally almost won it. And Dak's better than Jimmy Garoppolo. Yeah, the money's higher now. The salary cap's gone up. So for the Cowboys, look, they're going to franchise tag Dak Prescott. If they move on from him, unless they pull out a ridiculous trade that blows everybody out of the water, it doesn't make sense. The Cowboys' best chance at a Super Bowl in the next 5 years is with Dak Prescott. That's your best bet. Now, it is a bet, so it's not a guaranteed thing. But in the end, this is the best route for the Dallas Cowboys going forward.
Yeah.
Because if you want to win right now, rest of your team's in pretty good shape. Going to be tough to win if you don't have a quarterback. In 2020, you need quarterbacks there.
So
Dak's your best bet.
We asked this question a little bit earlier on the show, and I want to ask it again. Where will Dak Prescott play? Let us know in the comments section.